We are here to discuss how to throw away your Superwoman mask and live a simple life taking care of your own well-being. In today's fast-paced lifestyle, many women are often caught up in what is called the Superwoman syndrome. We become overachievers and we set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. This is Michal from Balanced Moments, and I love helping women create balance and fulfillment in their lives. And the truth is that balance is hard to achieve when you wear the Superwoman mask, and that's why we're here. So my goal for today is to teach you the 6 new rules to throw away your Superwoman mask and start taking care of yourself. Busy women who wear the Superwoman costume are constantly striving to accomplish everything possible in a perfect manner and have not learned how to put themselves as a top priority. They feel they do not have the time or the energy to devote to themselves. And even when they might be time, they may consider themselves selfish. Superwomen always set standards that are unnaturally high and beyond reach or reason. They tend to strain compulsively toward impossible goals. They measure self-worth entirely in terms of productivity and tangible accomplishments. And unfortunately, by doing so, these superwomen are making life much more stressful and losing out on its many joys. So here is a question for you. Are you a woman who is trying to be perfect wife, perfect mom, perfect businesswoman, a perfect friend? Are you a woman who is trying to be perfect in your own little world? Are you setting impossible goals? And do you identify with the Superwoman syndrome? If yes, then you might have some beliefs which are limiting you. And identifying those beliefs and challenging them, and of course creating new ones, will allow you to get to the point where you're ready to throw away your mask. So I'm going to present to you 6 new rules that you can use, you can adopt in order to throw away your Superwoman mask. So I encourage you to take notes and make sure that you write the 6 rules as we go. And here is the first one. So the first throw away your Superwoman mask rule is, just as you chose to put on your superhero mask, you can easily take it off. I'll repeat each rule twice. Just as you chose to put on your superhero mask, you can easily take it off. So I want to help you identify if you are a superwoman, if you wear the mask, and how much do you wear the mask. So I'm going to say out loud now 8 statements, and I would like you to write down only the statements that are familiar to you and that might limit you. And I'm going to repeat each statement twice, but again, only write down the ones that apply to you. So here's the first one. I want to be everything to everyone. I want to be everything to everyone. If this is you, write it down. If not, just ignore it. Here is the second statement. Nobody will do a better job. I have to do it all by myself. Nobody will do a better job. I have to do it all by myself. Here's the next one. I rarely say no to others. I rarely say no to others. Next one. I feel overwhelmed with responsibilities. I feel overwhelmed with responsibilities. The next statement, there is so much weight on my shoulders. There is so much weight on my shoulders. Only write it down if it applies to you. There are 3 more statements, so here's the next one. I have to be a perfect friend, coworker, mother, wife. Just choose, pick up and choose. I have to be a perfect what, and fill in the blank. Or I have to be perfect. If this is you, write it down. Next one, life is a constant race and an endless competition. Life is a constant race and an endless competition. And here is the last one. I have high expectations of myself. Or it might be, I have unrealistic expectations of myself. So if you wrote down at least 4 of these statements because you think that they apply to you, then no wonder you are afraid to throw away your Superwoman mask. You are so used to wearing it that it might have become an important part of your identity. So here is the second throw away your Superwoman mask rule. Be clear about your motives. Be clear about your motives. If you are really honest with yourself, why do you want to do that, whatever it is? So that's the second rule. Think about your life. What price are you paying to saying yes all the time by wearing this mask? What is the number one thing that is creating the most pain in your life right now because you always say yes? And here are a few ideas. Maybe you have no energy for yourself. Maybe you always feel guilty. It might be anger and frustration, or high stress level, or no inner peace, or disorganized life, or maybe using food or something else for comfort. Get in touch with your pain so you can use it as a motivation to change. And I want to give an example when I say be clear about your motives. I always used to volunteer in my kids' school. And a couple of years ago, I've been asked to host a big event in my daughter's school. And before even thinking about it, I said, yes, sure, I'll be happy to do that. And then the next day when I woke up, I said to myself, what have I done? Why did I say yes? This is like the busiest time of my life now, and I said yes to such a big event. So when I really asked myself what were my motives, what I got was that I wanted to be a hero. I wanted to get appreciation. I wanted to get attention, and I wanted to be liked. But I didn't have this awareness before I said a yes. It was only after, and I already committed. This is an example for if I ask myself before what are my biggest motives, that maybe it will help me to make the right decision and to say no. So this brings me to the third throw away your Superwoman mask rule. And the rule is learn to let go and learn to say no. Learn to let go and learn to say no. And I think the reason I phrased it like that, I didn't say let go and say no, but learn to do it, is because this is a learning process. It's not about doing it perfect. It's about trying to have more opportunities when you really think before saying yes. And I want you to understand that saying yes might be your natural tendency, the way you automatically react. And to change that, you should decide that whenever you are asked to do something, you never say yes on the spot. You always respond with something like, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. You detach from the situation. You think about the facts. You say to yourself, I learned to let go. I learned to say no. You get honest with your motives, like we said before, and then you make the decision. So if I took the time, if I said when I was asked to host this event, let me think about it and I'll get back to you, maybe I will process that and understand that my real motives were all ego-related, the appreciation, the attention. But I didn't take the time and I said yes on the spot. Now, I want to be clear about one thing. There were many, many times that I volunteered in my kids' school, and it was a good experience. It was okay for me because my motives were different. I remember times that my real motives were I wanted to contribute to the community, or let's say I wanted to support my daughter. Only this specific time, my motives were different. So it's not like I will never do something like this, but I have to ask myself right now, with everything that is going on in my life, why would I say yes? Why, and what will be the price I'll pay? And if there is no price, then that's fine. Now, here's the thing about my experience. After I said the yes, and of course I regretted it, but I didn't want to change it, a couple of people asked me if I need help. And I said, no, that's fine. No worries. I can handle that. So then I stopped again and I said, wait, why do you don't accept help? Not only that you said yes, like you rushed to say yes, now you say no to people who ask to support you. So the next rule, the next throw away your Superwoman Mask rule is create a support team, which I did eventually. When I had this awareness that I'm just saying no to help and support, I called those people back and said, yes, actually I would love you to help me. So a support team might mean professionals sometimes, or family members, or friends who can help you. A support team might also mean sometimes non-human support, like, for instance, the universe or the divine or maybe God, whatever feels comfortable for you, something that you can ask for support on a spiritual level. And sometimes we want to do it all by ourselves because we get more attention or we feel more appreciated. But does it worth the price you're paying when you do it all by yourself? So by asking for help or allowing yourself to say yes when someone offers, you're actually also doing a service because you are allowing those around you to feel the joy of helping others. So both you and them benefit. So when you have something going on and you know that you need to ask for support, make a list of your ideal support team, of people that you feel comfortable asking for support, and then ask them. Now let me move on to the fifth throw away your Superwoman Mask rule. And this one is really important. This rule is take time off for yourself. It's so simple, but so important. Take time off for yourself. Stop feeling guilty when you do things for yourself, because you lose your energy when you feel guilty, and you don't have to. The reality is that when you do things for yourself, when you energize yourself, it improves your productivity, it improves your relationships, you're more centered, and you're more calm. So get a massage or a pedicure, meet a friend for coffee, do something that you want to do for yourself. And even when you're very, very busy, the world will go on while you take a break. Even the fact that you're here now, listening to me, it shows your commitment. It shows that you are doing something for yourself. You're taking time off from life. And now let's move on to the next rule. Many times the main belief which stops us from taking care of ourselves is the belief that we have to be perfect. So the sixth throw away your Superwoman Mask rule is choose to believe that you are perfect as you are. Choose to believe that you are perfect as you are. And here is the reality. Asking yourself to be perfect 24/7 is unrealistic. Dinner doesn't have to be ready every evening right on time. The house doesn't have to be perfect all the time. After all, you are a human being. So now, let's take the 6 rules we've explored and translate them into statements or affirmations that you can practice daily. And in a few minutes, I'm going to explain to you how to use them daily. So we'll do this in 2 steps. First, I'm going to read it out loud so you can write down the statements or the affirmations. They're a little different than the rules because you want to say it in an I am statement. And then after I'm done reading it out loud and you're writing it down, then I'll ask you to close your eyes and get centered for a minute and repeat the affirmation out loud. So let's start with the writing. Here is the first affirmation. I choose to take off the superhero mask. Right here, right now. I choose to take off the superhero mask right here, right now. Here is the second affirmation. I get honest about my motives. I ask myself, why do I really want to do this? I get honest about my motives. I ask myself, why do I really want to do this? Here is the next one. I learn to let go. I learn to say no. I learn to let go. I learn to say no. Next one. I ask for support. I ask for support. Next statement. Guilt-free, I take time off for myself. Guilt-free, I take time off for myself. And the last one, I'm already perfect. I'm already perfect. So now I would like you to just put down the pen and then get comfortable if you can. Hopefully you're in a place where you can just sit comfortably and get quiet for a minute, because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and get centered, and then you'll repeat the affirmations out loud after me, and nobody hears you, so you can just do it really out loud. So get comfortable and close your eyes. And release any tension that you have anywhere in your body. Just notice that area and breathe into that area that needs more attention. So let go of any tension you might have in your back, shoulders, hands, legs. Let go of any tension you might have in your mind, maybe worries or expectations. Let go of any tension you might have in your heart. And just allow your breath to lead you into relaxing. And as you breathe, repeat after me. I choose to take off the superhero mask right here, right now. I get honest about my motives. I ask myself, why do I really want to do this? I learn to let go. I learn to say no. I ask for support. Guilt-free, I take time off for myself. Guilt-free, I take time off for myself. I'm already perfect. So take another deep breath. When you're ready, open your eyes. How did it feel to say those affirmations out loud? Now, those are new rules. It's not your natural tendency. So you have to train your brain, to train your mind to believe in that, and that's a process. It will be unrealistic to expect yourself to believe in those affirmations right away. So here is my recommendation. If you're one of those women who used to wear the Superwoman Mask all the time, then wake up a few minutes earlier every morning if you can. If not, you can just do it some other time during the day. And take some quiet time for yourself. Read the 6 affirmations out loud and make a conscious decision if to wear the Superwoman Mask for the day or not. Now, if you feel that you're already wearing the mask upon awakening, then here is what I want you to do. I want you to take your 2 hands and take off the imaginary mask from your face and either set it aside or throw it away. And throughout the day, whenever you feel like you're wearing the mask again, and again, just because it's your natural tendency and it takes time to change that, then take your 2 hands and take off the imaginary mask and throw it away. As I always say, balance doesn't happen by itself. Take action every day. Enjoy being who you really are, authentic, and with no masks. And have a wonderful day.